So, it is the belated interview for November 2021 Koast Community Awards with, of course, my dear friend, my life friend, Mr. Kenn Forrest.
Evening all, how are we all doing? Yes, like you say, it's belated, Christmas and stuff, family time, but
Correct.
we're eventually here, safe and sound, still breathing, ready to go.
Better late than never, right?
It is.
So, Ken got nominated personally by me because he made a massive impact on my life and basically trained us all the way up to black. So I thought, do you know what? He deserves a Koast Community Award. Why not? So we put him on with some other people, and then, as you know, with the Koast Community Awards, it's down to the public to vote. And I dare say, you sidekicked it and smashed it.
Yeah, hit it with a roundhouse, knocked it out of the park. To be fair, I was truly honoured to be nominated for it. You'll hear it all the time. People who are maybe prominent within the community, they don't really do it for that. It's because it's within their nature. Exactly what we've just been chatting to off camera about you with Koast Radio. Mm-hmm. You know, it's for the love, it's for the passion, it's for the community.
Of course.
It's never about the dollar bill. No. You know, it's always, that's exactly. And then I read what the other guys had been doing as well, who were nominated, and I was gobsmacked, like, about the goodness that's still within the community. And people often associate this area, there's a lot of bad, and because you hear the bad in the news, but the amount of good that's out there, and this is a brilliant award. Yeah, this is a brilliant award to let people hear the good stuff that goes on. It gives you that little bit of smile in the back of your, in your head. And I know it's really not good etiquette to vote for yourself, and I didn't, but I voted for other people that I thought was probably more worthy than me. There was one of the guys, a young lad, saved someone's life in a bus stop.
That's right.
Ryan, was it Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that just took me back a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know, the youth of today always gets a bad name, and just to read something like that, I thought that was good.
It's quite emotional, isn't it? When you see like the next generation like on that level, because you're correct. Because of the media, we always do think, the gangs, the drugs, stuff like that, and it's not always the case. And this is the main reason why me and Clary birthed this whole thing, to show the community and beyond about the good. Because you were right, you always hear about the bad, and we just wanted to show the good. And fortunately, on that month,
I won it. Luckily enough. So, first of all, guys, whoever voted for me, and there was lots, and it was close to the point in time. Thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart. It does mean a lot. As I've said, I never do it for the dollar, but it just that little bit of somebody saying, yeah, I'm voting for Ken, he does a good job, or whatever you feel you had to vote for me for. Thank you very much. It is very much appreciated.
He literally is. Ladies and gentlemen, for the people of you that don't know me, literally is the Northeast England Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
And we're not going for the Cobra Kai version, we're going for the full-on Karate Kid version.
Do you know what? That was the start of my path to karate. I know this isn't a martial arts interview, but it is. That was the start of my martial arts journey. And a lot of the stuff that I've got in life, I'm getting from martial arts, like the discipline, the control. Respect is massive within martial arts. So yeah, you're trying to strike each other, or you learn to avoid conflict. I suppose martial arts is more about that. And in life, that has taught me very well.
Definitely.
Treat whoever they are. Doesn't matter how tall they are, how short they are, what colour they are, how many eyes they got. If they treat you nice, treat them nice back. It's mutual respect. And I think that is a massive part in life. And
it's true what you're saying as well, and you make a massive impact on people's lives in the martial arts as well, because obviously I came to you all that time ago visually impaired, and you made me feel like a normal person in there, and showed me that I could achieve me black.
Yeah.
Yes, I failed it the first time, but I certainly got it the second.
You learned the first time.
Anybody it's not a failure, it's a lesson.
It's just a lesson. That's right. Anybody who achieves a black belt, it's such a life goal to actually get there. It's not about just that actual black belt. It's what you've learned on the path up of it, which is probably a good martial arts, the minimum of 3 year, 4 year, probably.
It's a very tough path.
And it's a tough path, and it's about these choices, and it's easy to take the easiest path always. Sometimes the hardest path is far more worthwhile, but it is harder, and martial arts can sort of give you that discipline.
Now, can you just briefly disclaim the stigma of that when you're a black belt, you're this big, hard maniac that's going to throw left, right, roundhouses, spinning kicks outside of a pub because someone pushed you, you know?
Well, there's a stage in martial arts where people who are practicing martial arts, they get to that level where they actually do think they are Bruce Lee, and that's certainly not a black belt. That happens long before black belt. About halfway up your martial arts journey towards a black belt. Now, a black belt is by no means the end of your martial arts journey, but it's a good benchmark. Okay, so a lot of people are on halfway up. We call it a sort of green belt syndrome because it's halfway up to your black belt, where you learn a little bit, and that little bit knowledge what you have is dangerous. So you then believe you're something. Okay, and actually, in fact, that's. Once you're past that, that's the learning curve where you realise that martial arts is about avoiding them situations where you would have to fight, talking somebody down from, having the confidence to know that you don't have to strike them. You're gonna use your words and you're gonna help out, or you're gonna help out somebody who's being bullied by diffusing a situation, because martial arts gives you the confidence and knowledge in order to treat that sort of with a little bit more respect again. There's that word again.
But still knowing in the background that if you had to, you can do it more safely than your average street brawler who's had a few pints of Guinness or whatever.
Yeah.
In karate or martial arts, they teach you mainly respect and discipline and how to handle yourself, not how to throw windmills and jumping back kicks and you know. Right. And I tell you, believe it or not, the worst part of the learning part actually isn't the physical stuff. It's actually the theory.
Yeah.
Trying to remember your sternocleidomastoids from your latissimus dorsalis.
You still remember that? What was that?
Oh,
ingrained.
Gone in there, stuck, locked.
Yeah, right.
So obviously, Ken, you've done it for a lot of years now. I think I was about 10, and that was in 2001.
Yeah. So I started training martial arts when I was 3. Started off judo. I'm now 46, and I've done various martial arts, but the freestyle martial arts I'll have probably done for the last 35 year-ish.
So he's been kicking since his mum and dad let him, basically.
Yeah, I could actually. There's a point in time where I could kick easier than I could walk.
Wow, I can believe it.
Yeah, I enjoy me kicking. I was, now that's the youth. That's the youth of me. I thought my job when I was younger was to stand up in front of a martial arts class in front of lots of people and show them how good I could kick or how good I could punch or how fast I was. And as the age kicks in and maturity, you realise it's not. My job is to sort of give these people the life lessons that I had sort of learned and teach them how to kick or punch better than me. My job is to bring them on in life as well as the martial arts. I often sit when I'm teaching the kids and we'll have a good 10 minutes chat while we're stretching, so it's like an active sort of rest. So and they're stretching and listening to the 5-year-olds and the 6-year-olds and actually just listening to them. Instead of just saying here's your phone or whatever, just listening to them and chatting to them. It's fantastic. Some of the conversations, and then the man will say, "What did you say to him? He's really done this within his homework, or he's done it at school, or they've been having bother at school and they've diffused this like this," which was a case that happened recently, and I'll not go into it, but the parent spoke to me and says, "This person's been having a lot of trouble at school,
and now
they managed to diffuse it without any actions." But they came to the gym really shy and like within themselves.
It's like the stereotypical Cobra Kai moment, isn't it? Yeah. Have you seen it? Where they come in and they're all like really unconfident and in themselves, and they can't throw a fist to save their life. Right. And then after it, they're all like really confident, and they've got friends and girlfriends and boyfriends, and
yes,
it literally is like that.
Yeah.
In real life, in martial arts.
It is. I was super shy as a child. People wouldn't say that of me, to be fair, but I was super shy, and my instructor at the time then, which was Master Barney Young, which you'll know, Barney Young.
Right.
He used to get me up to teach in front of people, and he would like, I'd be 20 people in a new school or at, and he'd bring me in, and I'd inside I'd be burning, I'd have a red face, and I'd not burning with anger, just like I'd be embarrassed, and then it was like, then I would kick, and then people would say, "Oh, he's a good kicker." So them students that would see me kick put me on a little bit of a pedestal because I was a good practitioner. So then I could speak to them a little bit easier because I had learned a skill set. And then that helped slowly, just chipping away like that, helped ease me embarrassment with a lot of things in life, and then I learned to adapt that to like the situation here.
Did you ever, like, I don't want to ask this, but I have to, did you ever let it at any point of your younger days, did you let it get to your head? Like, where you thought, oh, I'm the instructor, you know, I'm this, I'm that, I'm world champion, blah, blah, blah. You know? I think I had a little bit of arrogance within myself, but never let it out with other people. I had to have that in order to, if I didn't think I could win it, I wouldn't be disciplined enough to continue with the training to get it. So you more inhaled it.
Yes, I used it within myself. I don't think you could speak to anybody who would say Ken stood at the front and he was a bully, he was nasty. I don't think that would, you know, like I'm certainly wouldn't think I'm.
I've never known it in the time I've known you, you know. But obviously, you clearly wouldn't have bullied a child anyway.
No.
I've never seen any fisticuffs from the seniors.
Unless I'm saying, Richard, you are doing your black again.
Yeah,
you will
get it done now.
Yes. It wasn't a failure; it was a lesson. Come on.
I always just remember. Hands up! Get your hands up now!
Get your hands up, Richard. Yeah.
That, what was it? You've got to date the frozen food when you.
So as a little game I play with the little ones, and it's like, Richard still messages me this now and again in a little voice message, and it's funny. I do like it. So like, I would shout fighting stance, which means you just get into your guard and you'd be ready to practice your techniques that you were doing. So the little kids would be standing and they're looking at me and they're looking up, and you can see them waiting, and they're waiting for me to shout the fighting stance so they can be the fastest and they can press me and be the fastest, and I'd be like, right, are you ready guys? And I'll go, fish fingers. And they will be thinking I was going to shout fighting stance. And Richard still to this day messaged me like, fish fingers, and like video and stuff.
He's like, 5 press ups.
And if you flinched on the fish fingers, obviously not the fighting stance, you'll get some press ups or sit-ups.
So what was the boundary of the moment in your martial arts career where you thought, right, I'm ready to be that instructor, I'm ready to pass the knowledge on and give everyone my knowledge, you know?
I don't think that was a defining moment. I think I just fell into it, to be honest. I used to love, like I say, when I found my legs and I found out about the confidence I got through kicking and punching, and then people again would put me up there and say, oh, I want to kick like that, can you give me some advice? So then I would help out within the classes that I would in, and then as I got a little bit older, I would help out the instructor, like we say, Mr. Young, and I would teach some classes for him, and then I just found out I liked it. You know, it gave me
sense of confidence and pride,
like a stage to show me, and me was my martial arts, and then because I enjoyed it, you end up better at it, don't you?
Well, you do, because you wanted. It's kind of like, God rest his soul, my friend Brother Pryor was a beatboxer, and he was teaching me to do it because it was just a thing that we had. And he said to me, which I can console and relate to this, he said to me, him teaching me made him better.
100%.
Because you feel as if you are the role model. Yeah. So they're looking at you, so you try and better yourself.
That's,
you know?
100%. I couldn't agree more. I think they're wise, because and I often get children or the students to teach within my class, just to let them express themselves and be there, and because I found out exactly that. If I'm standing in front of that class and they all expect me to be somebody, if I am that person for that 1 hour, and then it helps me learn that and sort of see within myself, like, a good person would say this, a bad person would say, you know, like, and you're trying to be their role model, so in life, and then the next hour I have to do that, and the next, it actually becomes you, and it's the inner view coming out. It's what's really inside me, all the goodness just coming out more frequently.
I don't mean to sound lambasting when I say it, but if people see you sloppy, they might think, oh wait, Mr. Forrest isn't trying.
Yeah, it's alright to do that. Why can't I do that?
Why should I?
Yeah.
Why should I do it properly if he's not, kind of thing?
Yeah.
So I get that. And so how long have you been an instructor for, and is it true that you have to be second dan before you can go for it?
It depends on your style. Right. So most styles would say a black belt being the start of your journey. Of a black belt, the definition of a black belt is where you've perfected all basic techniques.
Right, and then that's your
the definition. And then after that, you're gonna embellish on the technique. You're gonna make it a bit bigger. You're gonna help. You're gonna get better at the techniques or have more confidence in them as the dans go on. I started at 17, properly teaching. 17
years old?
Yeah.
That's an achievement.
Yeah. So I was teaching as an assistant instructor from probably 13 or 14.
That's a massive achievement because you've gifted me my black belt at 15.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking 2 more years and wow.
So you've been teaching.
Here's a one for you then, Ken. So who judges the instructors at the grading? It's got to be some sort of Mr. Miyagi black belt 25 Dan master of the world.
Well, to be fair, that's my job now in the Northeast.
Right.
So because of the level and the grade and the experience that I have within martial arts, there's a lot of other clubs would ask me to cast an eye on their senior grades or their assistant instructors to help grade. So it was like done in a fairer manner, because if you keep everything in-house and say whatever martial arts school and they were just teaching all their black belts, and then you say, yeah, you're all right, you just keep teaching. It's good to have this outside eye that can just watch. So there's a couple of schools come to my gym and I would grade their senior grades, and then I would sit with the instructor with a notepad and we'd watch, and and I would say, I would advise maybe to try this on that or a little bit on that. And then that's up to them how they use that, because it's in their in-house. So
now I imagine them gradings, you have to be massively more hot on the technique and
attitude,
the way they present themselves.
Attitude towards how they conduct. Maybe remember, these people they're instructors, so they're used to helping and giving people advice and telling somebody what to do in a short sort of word. It's how they react to somebody else giving them advice and somebody else, because again, as I said from the beginning, the black belt is the start of your learning journey. You've perfected, so you've been given the basics, we'll sort of say. It's like you've been given the tools to change an engine as your black belt. If then you've got to learn the mechanics of it, of how to change that engine and what you're doing.
So it's like a scrap heap challenge. You know what you're doing, there's your tools, get on with it, you got this.
That's your black belt. So then these instructors are second dans or third dans, then it's nice, and I still get this now and again. I've still got people who I look up to in martial arts. I've still got people who would say, maybe he's wasted a bit of time there, and I mean time within the fight, or within the sport, try this. And it's good to just be able to take a step back and say, yeah, he was right there. Just to remind, not that they didn't know it, it's just nice to remind yourself of it.
So who would be your martial arts inspiration except Bruce Lee? Because we all know that Bruce Lee's everybody's.
He is.
Everybody.
And it is very cliche. It is very cliche. Everybody will say Bruce Lee and Bruce Lee.
So let's realistically put one in the frame, because the cliche is Bruce Lee.
Yes,
who's your realistic inspiration in the martial arts?
I used to watch a lot of Jean-Claude Van Damme's movies.
Kickboxer?
Yes, I really, really loved. I liked he's like. A lot of people say he's not a true martial artist, and because of his dancing background and stuff that he came in with.
Isn't it a style of dancing though, technically?
It is. Capoeira's Brazilian dance, which is a martial art.
I mean, and come on, what was impressive about Eric? Don't do it. I seen him. He moves like this. What's impressive about that? You used to tell me it ain't about anyone can hit anyone as hard as they want.
Yeah.
Any fool can hit anyone as hard as they want.
Any fool can hit somebody hard.
It's all about the technique.
That's right. Any fool can hit someone hard, and it's about your discipline. It's about your respect. It's about your control of the technique. That's what controls. But yeah, but Jean-Claude, I used to like that. I used to like his kicks, and and his films were fair. To be fair, I'm not saying he's the best actor on the planet, but I like the martial arts side.
Kickboxer was good.
Kickboxer, Bloodsport's one of my favourite ones. Remember Bloodsport's the one where he fights.
I love you, my friend. I'm not your pal.
Yeah, yes, that's him. And he's
bleep face.
And he's got to smash the brick in the bottom one, isn't it?
Proper seminar style competition. Yeah. Mr. Vince Bass punches the wood and gets to the 7th one behind. One
of my instructors. So you see people punching bricks and stuff, and there's a little trick to punching some bricks, to be fair. So Master Ray Bilcliffe was my first freestyle martial arts instructor. He could punch house bricks. He would stack 2 on top of each other, and resting on. And there wasn't any trick to it. There weren't trick bricks. There wasn't like a snap method or. And he had 2 bricks stacked on top of another 2 bricks sideways, and he could punch that and smash bricks with one hand and the other.
I did read up on it how to do it, but it's probably not right. I was always led that you hit it bang on in the middle, because that's its weak point. But
well, it will be if there's science behind that. So the middle of it, it's got a bigger gap between the 2 bricks, and you hit it. There is Speed, it's speed, to be fair, that does it. If you were to put your hand on it and just push hard, it's going to take a lot of force to get that.
That word speed, before I forget, has just reminded me of something that I need you to debunk this or tell me that I'm right. I went to a certain boxing club in a certain place, and I was using all of the techniques you showed me on the bag, minus the kicking.
Right.
I got a pat on the shoulder and he went, "I'm the coach here and you're hitting that far too quick." And I said to him, "Well, I'm from a karate kickboxing background." And he went, "Boxers don't hit like that, you're hitting too quick." And I thought to myself, how on God's green earth can you hit something too quick? Isn't that not the point? Like, you know, who wins? The guy that swings at one left hook at you or the guy that just swung 14 jabs in a cross before he's seen it?
Ask yourself, why did Muhammad Ali, as a heavyweight, win so much?
Because he was so quick.
And he danced. And he moved.
His feet.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
There ain't no man like Muhammad Ali.
Exactly. You know, so you just got to roll back a little bit and take a step. Was he saying, "You're too quick for my guys here"? I didn't want you to spar. Was he saying, "I want you to slow down"?
Well, he never let me in the ring, so
you know, you got to ask why he asked you that.
He never let me spar. He only held me on the back of the mitts. So I was never allowed to go face to face with any of these fighters.
Speaking about face to face with fighters, Mr. Bass, we've still got that legacy challenge for you coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here's Mr. Forrest trust test. Okay, I've got a trust test here. Now, if you really trust me, you'll know that I won't do it. Okay? And bearing in mind I'm visually impaired.
Yeah, let's just I don't know what's happening here, but let's just remember.
The one thing that I love the most that Ken taught me was this.
How far is he off? Oh, you know, just a finger gap, you see that? Blind man B there gets within a finger of my face, doesn't he?
High five.
Aye.
So, I want him to promote his... do we call it a dojo?
Yeah, it's a dojo, martial arts dojo.
Promote your dojo and tell what you're doing and quickly, briefly mention this legacy thing.
Yeah, right, so I teach at Emulous Martial Arts and Fitness Centre, so I'm the head coach there. We have other coaches and we have classes on every night. It's absolutely perfect for a beginner level martial arts, as well as I have practitioners who fight around the world who are world level with multi-world titles. So from beginner right the way through, whatever you are. And more importantly, not the martial arts, it's a community and we're a family within the gym. Everybody would help each other, everybody's there for. This is one of the things that I try and promote. It's not just about kicking and punching each other.
No.
It's just such a small part of martial arts. So if you want to be part of that, contact Koast Radio, Mr. Bassiero, or myself at Emmys Martial Arts. Now,
I'll quickly chuck my tuppence in there as well. It's very, very good for mental health.
Yes.
So, you were going to mention Legacy?
Legacy Challenge. So I run a tournament in the Northeast with some other friends. And there's a section that Mr. Bass would like to compete in. He hasn't competed for such a long time, and I'm going to organise that for him. And I've promised him one-to-ones free in my gym as many times as he wants until he feels ready. And we'll get him on that mat competing again where he belongs.
Nice shiny little medal.
Yes, get the medal there.
It's done, and I want to thank you very much for that as well. Because honestly, Ken, I'm not afraid to say it. I'm a man with a heart on my sleeve. I love you, and I always will.
It's mutual, Richard.
You're a good friend. And I'd like to now proudly introduce Mr. Kenn Forrest into the class of 2021. He is the November Koast Community Award winner. So that is your trophy.
Now have a look. I haven't seen this.
No, it's all a surprise.
Yes.
I swear, he's never seen this.
No, I haven't.
So it's live and direct reaction.
Oh, look at that. Koast Radio, guys. Koast Radio Award 2021, Kenn Forrest. And I tell you what, I take a look at this. I tell you what I especially like about this. And there's not many people on the planet do this.
Spelt his name right.
Spelt my name with 2 N's, K-E-N-N. That's a special friend that writes that. That shows he truly knows me. Thank you, Richard. That's going to pride of place.
I'm not going to lie, I got chufties on that note.
Yes, I noticed that straight away.
He's thinking, oh no, he's got a...
Yeah, so thank you very much everyone who voted. Thank you very much for Koast Radio, as we just spoke about. It's love and passion and community spirit that keeps Koast Radio going. Give them a listen, okay? Listen to the great work that Richie and Clary do every day. And
for anyone that doesn't know how to get to that, it's 106.6 FM, but if you're out of the area, you just go on, a little smart speaker that begins with the letter A. I'm not going to say it in case I set them off. And you say, play Koast Radio, me and Clary, on Monday to Thursday, 7am to 10am. And tomorrow we'll find out the winner for January 2022.
Exciting.
So thank you very much for your time,
Thank
Ken.
you.
Thank you, everybody.
See you guys. Take care.
And I'm going to let him palm strike the stop button. Peace.